Everyone. Welcome everyone to the grand finals. First of all, I would like to thank the great elder, the genie of the East, for bringing us all here together today. And when I was given this offer, I took great honor and pleasure in being your grand cardinal. I'm going to take this off now, because I'm not above you today. I come to this rapture just as you do. A warrior, an ally to some, and a friend to all. And I would like to wish everyone good fortune, but I cannot. This is war. There's no friendships here. Enemies will be made. Allies will fall. And a victor will rise. I know you have all fought vigorously to get here just as I have. But I want you to know this. When we step into the battle, there will be no mercy, no remorse, no guilt. And I know that every move I make, every gate I capture, will be to win this great war for the Dynabone dynasty. I will do what I must for this purpose. For the purpose of life, love, and the Dynabone. Again, it has been a pleasure to be your grand cardinal, and we've come so far. So I would like you all to join me in the Gatekeeper hymnal. Gatekeeper, spare me, oh soul reaper, whether destruction by fire or illusion of mind, restoration of heart or death of life. Soul reaper, that is the list of Gatekeeper. Oh my goodness! Wow.
All right, welcome everybody to the Gatekeeper Grand Finals. Thank you for everyone for coming. I don't know if there's anyone in the store right now, but anybody who wants to eat the food, you're good. If you're leaving, that's good too.
Have a good night, guys.
You too. I want to let everyone know what's going on today. Today marks basically 5 years of getting hype with the boys in a game that we like to call Gatekeeper. So 5 years ago, we created this game. And we've been hosting leagues and having competitive matches. And now we've decided we want to sell the game. But today is kind of a celebration of just the good classic fun we had in our basements, at each other's moms' houses, and just having a good time with the boys. So that's what today's all about, and that's what we're going to do today. So if you have any questions, ask me or Ruben at the end of the night, or put it in the stream, and we'll be sure to answer that by the end of the event. Without any further ado, let's start the event. So to start the event, my brother, by tradition, we have the highest ranked player give a speech. Today that speech would be given by my brother, but he is not here. So I will be giving that speech instead. So here are the words that were sent to me by my brother, Andrew McDowell, the Eldarian, ranked number 1 of Season 3 of Gatekeeper. The date is finally upon us. The grand finals are here in the coolest form ever. I am the top player of this league as of now. I have spent time discovering strategies and giving up potential wins for a higher number of points. I was definitely upset when I lost my chance at making the finals. I played hard, but ultimately, I gave up too much and was beat with an amazing set of rules by Gabe Frayne. Despite being out of this tourney and out of town, I am more excited about Gatekeeper than I ever have been previously. I don't view this grand final as the end, but the beginning of a game that will breach its way into homes all around the world. This has been the biggest year for Gatekeeper yet, and it's only going to continue to grow. Everyone remember Gatekeeper is a game of risk, and I truly hope someone wins today with our secret role. And if you lose to that, remember it's okay for men to cry. I know who will win today, and if you ask why, well, it's simply because I am the Eldarian. I may be old, but I am bold. Now watch me. I just misspoke. I'm sorry, Andrew. But I am bold. Now watch me roll as the scrolls foretold. I won't be rolling today, but I know who will. Good luck, but most importantly, never give up. So that was the speech by Andrew. Now I'm going to give up the desk to our commentators as we introduce the players for tonight's evening.
Okay. That was a rousing speech from Andrew McDowell, performed by his brother, Stephen McDowell, founder of Gatekeeper Incorporated, LLC. And in a moment here, we're going to introduce our contenders for the grand finals of Season 3 of Gatekeeper. Give us one moment here. All right. So we're going to go right ahead here. First up, we have first up we're going to have
Okay. Got it.
There we go. All right. Introducing our underdog, Jaden Adcock. Made it in last second in the semifinals, taking the place of Andrew McDowell at the table for the grand finals of Season 3 of Gatekeeper. Next up, we have Josh Lepowski, a seasoned vet of Gatekeeper, also a winner of the semifinals, to take his risk at the table of the grand finals. Yeah. All right. One of our greatest champions, Ethan Miller. Soon to be married, one of the greatest Gatekeeper players of all time, always ready for the table, Ethan Miller. The next one, always a maverick, Gabe Frayne, hypest in the room, baddest of the bad. One of our greatest champions. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Gabe Frayne. All right. It's getting hot in here. In comes our founder, Grand Cardinal, Stephen McDowell, CEO. Always ready for the table. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Stephen McDowell, creator of Gatekeeper. That's why I cry. And now, one of our youngest, one of our greatest players with the most drip, the brother of Ethan Miller, Lucas Miller. Give it up for Lucas Miller! All right. Our table is assembled. 6 of the greatest players ever to touch Gatekeeper. I don't know about you guys, but I am sweating. I am sweating.
I can feel the intensity already, Gabriel, and it hasn't even started yet.
Oh, wow.
Gabriel, who are your predictions of winning tonight?
All right. Well, I mean, at this table, we have some of the most consistent winners in Gatekeeper history. We have Stephen McDowell, Gabe Frayne, Ethan Miller, and certainly Joshua Lepowski, one of the most stable and competitive players we've ever seen in the game throughout multiple seasons.
And this rookie, Jaden Adcock, which is a great shock that he is here tonight. I don't know, but I really think he's up for tonight with these bets on the table.
Yes. Wow, look at that printed board.
Yes, Gatekeeper has come a long way since when I had card intros,
Okay.
please.
So starting with Lucas, I think who has the most points at our table here. He will be playing the Gringo Giant.
There we go. Gringo Giant.
All right.
We have
Followed by
Josh.
Stephen McDowell, who will be playing his card, the legendary choice pick, the Paladine. A bit of an upset. Throwing off the competition. Next up is going to be Gabe Frayne, who will be playing the Dark and the Dangerous in Fairy. Woo! Yes. All right. That takes us to our legendary topper-wearing Ethan Miller, who will be playing the second iteration of his first card, the Dynabone. Woo! All right. Next on our list is going to be Josh Lepowski, who will be playing my favorite card, King Adme, the mightiest.
very strong card.
That was a cold killer card, folks. Cold killer. All right. Last but not least, we have Jaden Adcock, who will be playing the Rara. There we go.
The Rara. We don't see that card much often, do we?
No, we do not.
Nope.
But we've got a lot of classics at the table right now. We do. All right. Now they're going to perform the opening ceremony. If you know it, sing it from home.
Gatekeeper, gatekeeper, spare meals. Or illusion of mind, restoration of heart, or death to life. Soul Reaper, oh Soul Reaper. That's the risk of Gatekeeper.
And it is off, Gabriel.
And with that, we're going to commence the grand finals of Season 3 after we do our character readings.
Sorry. I'm big and I'm green, but I am not a fiend. I have no thorns, but I have no aroma. I grow until I reach the powder bum low. The Gringo
And if you guys do not know from home, each of these cards have a quote behind
For
them.
begging will do no good. Surrender or die of honor. The Paladin.
How can you kill what is not alive? In theory.
Long live Dynabone Dynasty.
My card simply says,
Oh, we could have switched that. Cool. Yep.
you may not be the best, but I
I love this game.
Now, to start off this game, we have Lucas rolling to see who goes first on the board. It is randomly picked from an 8-sided dice. And he is also rolling now to see where he starts off, and everyone starts off on the board. Alright. So Lucas is playing. So Lucas wrote a 6 on his Gringo Giant card, and it is: if you've gained health this turn, or if you do gain health, add it to your gate HP. Also, if you deal damage to someone or already have, remove equal health from their gate.
Okay. It's a
All
little
right, so
early. That could go both ways.
wow, already Lucas has taken the red gate.
All right.
Now the red gate is very, very destructive. He will already find an enemy within this turn because you have to deal 3 damage to target opponent as the red gate's initial bonuses.
Yeah, so really the biggest challenge he's going to face is going to be from anybody with that bonus. So
Yeah,
King
which-
Adby's and Dynabone are both going to be big contenders for the red gate always throughout the game.
Yes, yes. Ethan has a very good strategy of going straight for the red gate, so he might have to battle his brother very early throughout this match to get that red gate.
Fratricide.
We have a little sibling battle here.
Yeah. There's a lot of drip at that table right now.
Wow, Lucas has dealt 3 damage to Josh Sapowski already.
Soon to be brothers-in-law.
Oh, what a bold move. But will Josh return the favor later on throughout the game?
Yes, this is very much a game of vengeance. So we will see if any alliances form early on. It looks like it's going to be an all-out brawl.
It is indeed. If we can get it over. Main one. Cool.
Nothing is off the table, folks.
Alright, so Steven rolled
Nothing.
a 5 on his paladin, which we don't have.
Yes, we do. I got one.
Oh, cool.
All right, Steven just took the green gate. Green gate restores health is its primary bonus, plus 3 health a turn. So he's going to be using that as a very strong position throughout the game. It makes it very difficult to kill you without taking your gate. So if they've got the green gate, they're basically guaranteed to survive for at least a pretty long time.
And Gabriel, not as much of a shocker to the ones viewing at home, but it's a really big shocker for us because we know Steven play as the Genie of the East. And now he's playing as a Paladin, which is a very late switch up in the game.
Yeah, so that seems to be a little bit of an upset. Steven almost always plays the Genie, so it seems to be trying to throw a wrench into the game for a lot of the other players who know his card. So what's going on at the table right now? It looks like the Death Gate.
wow.
Death Gate was just taken by
Steven?
Gabe
Oh,
Frayne. All right.
Initial bonuses on the Black Gate is to steal 2 life from an opponent and poison them throughout the match. So I honestly think if I was Gabe, I would poison. I would try to get Steven down a little bit. He's got a lot of health already.
Well, if I was Gabe, I'd be trying to poison Lucas because Lucas has the most consistent scoring so far in this season. He's proven to be a pretty dangerous character. We were just looking at his stats. He has an 80% win rate after he takes the center. So if I were Gabe, I would try to eliminate Lucas as fast as possible and then follow with Ethan.
Right, right. Oh yeah, that's a good strat.
That Lucas and Ethan are top scoring, I should say top contenders based on performance for this game specifically. But Steven has consistently performed in the finals, I think, of every season.
Oh, wow.
So you can't.
Steven also captured. Steven captured the green gate, which I was very unaware of. So Steven's strat has went from the black and blue gate to the green and black gate with the Paladin, and is going straight for health, which obviously he's got the most health in out of everyone so far. So he might go for the jackpot, Gabriel.
Well, it's always about going for the kill. All right, the center is always the goal. It's just the question is when you go for the center. If you go for the center too early, you risk losing it. If you lose the center, then your chances of regaining it later are usually pretty low because you're going to lose your gates. And that's if you survive the roll afterwards anyways. So this beginning phase of the game is all about conversing, getting an idea of what people are going to do, what they're thinking. Sometimes alliances are formed at this point in the game, but when you're in like such a high level game as this, you're probably not going to see a lot of allies. They're just going to go for straight up cutthroat kills, steal as many kills as you possibly can, max damage, using gates, using bonuses on your cards, using your turns. So all of that's just going to keep on going throughout it. Okay.
Wow. So Gabriel, as you were saying, some very helpful strats. Josh has rolled a 1 on King Admy, which is very destructive. It's attack gates twice.
Yes. So as somebody who plays King Adby almost every single time they play Gatekeeper, I can tell you, there we go. Yeah, already have an upset.
Josh rolled 2 ones in a row.
2-1.
Wow, that is
very unlucky start for Josh.
terrible luck.
Sapowski.
Terrible luck. So
Yes. So not only that,
Okay.
he also is down on health and didn't successfully attack. I believe the blue gate is what he was
Yeah, he
going
did.
for.
He did almost no damage on the blue gate
No.
too.
Now, what are the... Oh, wow. So, yeah, he left the blue gate as a 3. So that can be
Yeah,
an easy
so-
take for Jaden Adcock if he has a path to it or is right in front of it.
So, just for viewers, as far as I can tell, we're still in the first round, and we've already taken 3 gates. So we're seeing some. This is the difference between like a normal game and pro players. They already know which cards are going to get the max damage, which ones are going to have the best bonuses to take the gates early on. Because the sooner you take the gates, the sooner you can move on center, always. Okay, and the sooner you can get kills.
So, Jaden Adcock rolled for... his card says to... he rolled a 6, and it's to add 2 health to every opponent's gate. So that is why you see the red gate, the black gate at 7, the green gate's back at 6, and the blue gate's now at 5.
Yes. Alright, so if you lose an Ultimate Tower, you lose your turn. So if a player loses the Ultimate Tower, they are basically out for the rest of that round. So it is a big deal. It's always a big risk. They usually, I think it's a, 50% chance of taking it. So just pretty unlucky. Here we are adding some health, it looks like. So every turn, Steven's going to gain 3 health as long as he maintains control of the green gate. That's why it's so important to take it, because if a player gets a maximum of 30 health, they automatically become Gatekeeper.
Yes,
So
they do.
it's a passive, a very easy passive strategy to sneak right in there if people aren't paying attention.
Yep.
You're going to see a lot of damage targeted towards him to prevent that. Probably towards our mid game here to see. Depends on how long he holds it. There's going to be challenges.
So, Gabriel, as you can see here, already within only 2 turns, Steven has piled up almost 17 health. So, if you guys don't know about the jackpot, which we just explained, Steven might be going for it, which is basically if you get to 30 HP, you will become Gatekeeper. Which I don't believe he will become Gatekeeper if he has that chance, because he only has 1 gate, and that's only the green gate. And he has to face Lucas, who has the red gate, which is double gate damage as his gate attack from red gate.
Look at the faces on the board right now. All straight face. Looks like something's going on.
So it is Gabe's turn.
Now, of course, when gates are captured, you have the ability to place lane shields. Lane shields prevent players from automatically transferring damage from their attacks to the gates or to other players, depending on where they're placed. They also block players from movement that aren't allies, so players can give each other permission to move through their lanes that they control, specifically people who control gates. So you may see some of that, you may not. My prediction, as far as that goes, is that there's not going to be much leeway.
Battle for position here.
And Gabe seemed to have blocked, I believe to be Josh, from attacking the black gate, which Josh has, I believe, it's a +1 bonus on black. So Josh is in a prime position. He really needs to get a black, or any gate, to be honest with you. But Gabe has strategically blocked him from getting that black gate.
So, yeah, so blue gate, initial bonuses allows them to freeze the board.
For blue gate,
And they
yes.
also control the ability to turn the board in the first place. It looks like he's going to exercise that right now. Okay. All right. So the winner of this match today is going to be walking home with $150. No pressure.
That might have intensified some of these players not knowing that. But that is the risk of Gatekeeper.
That is the risk of Gatekeeper. That is our motto.
Ethan is attacking Red Gate, which is owned by his brother Lucas.
Give me a different damage bag.
he destroyed the lane shield that was in front of it, and also gained a dragon off of that. Now, he got the gain. He deal 3 damage to target opponent. He would probably hold that off till later on and, use that to his advantage.
Yeah. So there's going to be a lot of strategies in play here. A lot of these players are pretty consistent. Some go for dragons. Some go for just straight up gate control. Others go for kills. You can kind of tell based on their card choice where that's going to go. I will say King Abney is definitely a gate card.
Gabriel,
What?
Josh might get his revenge very soon. He has got a number 3 on King Adamy, which is deal 3 damage to 2 target opponents.
Yes. Yeah, very versatile card. King Abney is very dangerous against gates and players. If memory serves, we do have a randomly, yes.
He's
Player
battling for
can
the,
lose turn. Here we go.
for the red gate.
Battle for the red gate.
Lucas got a 3. Josh got a 5. He won
All
the
right.
battle.
Okay, so we're going to see a lot of damage there.
So now the red gate has transferred from Lucas to Josh, which is very good for Josh because now he has another deal 3 damage to target
Yes.
opponent from the initial red gate.
So what you're seeing right now on the board is when the red gate is captured, all gates on the board lose 1 health. This is actually a really good way to slowly batter down the other gates depending on your play style. This is it's kind of going to be a repeating event because 3 of the players on the board have bonuses on the red gate, and they're always going to go for their primary bonus if they can. So primary bonuses on your card do 2 damage extra on what you roll, and then your secondary does 1 damage. So if a card has a black bonus, it's going to do 2 if it's its primary, or it would do 1 if it was its secondary. Okay.
So I believe Josh is trying to put one of his lane shields down to block either, like you said, there's 3 other people on the board that.
who's going to deal 3 damage.
Yeah, so this is a when you have a lot of damage up in the air like this is a very difficult decision because if you do deal damage to a very dangerous player and they survive, they will certainly come for you.
Looks like he dealt the damage to Steven.
All right, Josh did the damage to Steven. Steven is a consistent top contender, so that makes sense. I mean, everyone on this board is a dangerous player. But
I could see his strat on attacking Steven, even though he had a lot of health, because Steven will come back on his turn and gain 3 health from the green gate. So he's just postponing that jackpot move for Steven.
just a reminder, the center gate is at 7 health right now. I believe it is the red gate that can roll, what? 8
8-sided
damage?
dice.
8-sided dice on any roll. So it is within 1 shot of the red gate. Keep that in mind. Watch these plays. They're probably going to pop up. While they're just talking here, thinking about their moves, just like to do a shout out for one of our sponsors, Duneland Landscape, also the company of one of our players' dads, Gabe Frayne. Duneland Landscape has been providing award-winning landscaping in the Northwest Indiana area for years. I personally know the entire family of the Fraynes. I know Gabe Frayne, I know Thomas Frayne, Jackie, McKay. Shout out to all of you. Wonderful company, does a great job. And TJ. All right. Thank you for sponsoring Gatekeeper. Always happy for the support.
Who's on the green?
Which one?
I think that's Jaden.
The hair looks like.
Oh, it looks like Ethan's.
Well, we'll just look at the arms.
Oh, there's a transferring of the green gate.
Okay.
Jaden Adcock has beat Stephen McDowell in the fight.
So how much health is Steven sitting at right now?
He's sitting at, I believe, to be 9.
9 health. It can't be 9. He's been holding the gate. He's got to be ever more. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. It looks like Steven's sitting at 14 health. 14 health is about halfway to the Gatekeeper max that's needed. You got to get to 30 health for that. So, I mean, he got a lot of health off it. It's not great. They did a lot of damage to him, of course. So, unfortunately, the green gate attracts damage.
Now, Gabriel, who has that 6 health over there? I believe is that Ethan?
The green card. Let's just have a look. The green.
Gabe.
So he's right by the gate. So that would be
Lucas.
Lucas.
All right, Lucas is saying it. Okay, so we have something we call the kill range. So when you're within the kill range, the chances of you surviving are usually pretty low. There are some cards that can deal quite a bit of damage. I'm not sure if they're all on the board right now, but all it takes is one deal 3 damage, and you're basically going to be toast because somebody's going to follow up with it.
Now, this is nothing new. I believe that Lucas was actually targeted, or might be targeted by all these players because he sits as the most win percentage as Gatekeeper, right?
Yes.
What's also interesting is someone gave him the restoration die.
So we are not sure which player did
Jaden
this,
Adcock.
but
Yeah.
Jaden gave
The restoration.
Lucas the restoration dice. The restoration dice restores health every other turn by a factor of 1. So it looks like maybe a de facto alliance is forming here.
Now, will Lucas take the
We'll
risk
see.
to go for an Elderman Tower for +3 health?
Yeah, a reminder to the viewers, if an Elderman Tower is taken, or I'm sorry, if an Elderman roll fails, so if they try to roll a 4 or greater to take...
He
he got it. There
He
you
got
go.
it. There you go.
See
Very
the relief on that
strategic move right
face? So if he had missed that roll, he would have lost his turn, and losing your turn is never good.
there.
Ever.
With also pretty low health, he probably would have never made another rotation.
What did he go for? Is it a Conjure Second?
No, for the +3 health.
+3 health?
Yeah.
Okay. So when your health gets low,
Wow, so Steven
Yeah.
rolled attack any gate he wants. All the gates. Oh, the red gate is at
3 health. Yeah, Red Gate's at 3 health. Definitely worth it.
That's definitely what I would go for.
Especially since Steven, I believe, at the moment has no gate.
Yeah, Jaden.
So he's
took
gonna
his
want to put himself back on the board. Okay.
No, the rookie isn't doing so bad. He has already 13 health and a gate.
Yeah,
And
so for those of you who don't know, Jane Adcock is actually pretty new to Gatekeeper. I think this is his
I think this is first
season.
first
Yeah,
season.
so came at the right time, it would seem.
Will this be a huge upset? We do not know.
Wouldn't be the first time though. Gatekeeper has been full of upsets. We've had all kinds of changes. In fact, one of our most famous players for an upset is commentating right now, Danny, also known as the Prodigy.
Yes, I also have a card about that.
Yes,
Guys
we
wanna
had
look into
quite a season. But
Gabe is also contemplating at the blue gate. He's trying to strategically probably grab another gate, and he has the blue gate, which is for momentum and movement.
mm-hmm.
For those who do not know, the blue gate is for control of the board. Green gate is for health. Red gate is for damage, and black gate is also for stealing damage.
Oh, you have him in the chat. Never mind. All right. Now, for those of you a little bit more experienced with Gatekeeper, familiar with the cards that the players usually pick on this table, you notice that Gabe Frayne is playing Inferi instead of his Woven Mage, which is what he normally plays, or a variant of Woven Mage. We've had a few changes in the cards over the past few months and years. Inferi is quite an aggressive card. There's a lot of health he's stealing. It's kind of dangerous. I'd say gates and health damage kind of go together on a lot of the cards, so Inferi is no different. But he's definitely going to be playing that with a strategy to kill. And a killer he is.
Ethan got double gate damage, so we don't know what he's going for, but I don't know. I think I would go for the blue gate since he's pretty good on health.
All right.
So Ethan has broke another lane shield and will gain another dragon.
Okay.
Oh,
And here's
Ethan's battling for red.
okay. We have a battle for red. Red is one of the hottest gates on
Red,
the board at
Ethan
all
and Josh?
times. At all times.
Josh rolled a 4.
Yep.
3.
Oh, 3.
Looks like Josh defends.
Josh is defending his red gate very good.
Well done. Yeah. Red gate is always an aggressive pick early in the game, and defending it is very difficult, but you always have the advantage that you can roll the 8-sided die. So, doesn't hurt.
Now, Ethan was banished. So, away player gets banished if he does not have a path back to his realm. So they're contemplating if they would want Ethan to move through the blue gate. And if he doesn't, Ethan will be banished and lose his next turn.
Yeah, for newer players or people unfamiliar with the game, movement is very important. Depending on where you place your character, you can be stuck in the middle of nowhere and you can end up banished. So if you lose your gate or if you're not at your gate during a battle and you have no pathway back to your realm, which you'll see based on the names around the board, tell you the name of your realm and where the players are. If you get banished, you lose your turn. So you do not want to be banished. You always want to be in the action of the game. If you are not, then you're always at risk.
So Josh is going for, I think, another gate. Can I get an overview?
I would have 2 people attack.
No, Jeremy can look. Alright, so Josh is contemplating from, I believe, the red gate. He will have a chance to either attack black gate, which is his other bonus, or go for the green gate and get some health going.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going for the Conjure Stockade. Need the 4 higher.
There you go, you got it. Conjure Stockade protects players from damage. It doesn't matter how much damage it is. As long as it's a singular instance, they will be protected from it. So, very useful item. Easily removed with poison die, though. So.
Now with the Conjure Stockade, that gives you a lot more free space to do either more riskier things that involve damage.
Yes.
And that way, if you lose it, you lose no health.
Yes, Conjure Stockade is a great way to just initiate a fight without any
And he's going
losses.
for the blue gate. He's gonna attack gate for it. Go to 4, down to 1. Oh, he's attacking.
Oh yeah, the
twice.
double. Okay, double attack. Yep.
He's battling Gabe for it. See if he can take it. Gabe's gonna have to show up here.
Now is the board frozen?
He double damage.
Oh wow! So if 2 players get the same roll during a battle, it becomes double damage immediately.
2.
All right, triple damage. Triple damage. Big deal.
Now Josh got a stockade, so he will be completely safe from
Yeah.
any
So
of
Josh.
this damage.
Yes, Josh cannot be hurt.
Gabe is at risk here.
6.
Oh, roll a 6.
Oh, quadruple damage! I could not
Damage.
believe
This
this.
only happens about 1 or 2 times in a whole season.
Yeah, this is pretty rare.
If you get a 1
Now Gabe is at real risk here. He could be out right now if it's a 1 and a 6 difference, or 1 and a 5.
No, yeah, you're safe.
So Gabe really has to come in clutch here and roll a good number.
3.
Oh my gosh!
Quinn damage.
Quintuple
They have
damage.
rolled the same number 5 times in a row.
Before we continue, has this happened before? Have we ever had quintuple damage? Okay, so this is the first in Gatekeeper history. Quintuple damage. Very
Josh
dangerous.
Gabe
Very
will win.
dangerous.
Man, Josh is
Josh
very
can't
lucky
be
he got
hurt.
this stockade.
No risk to Josh. Only
4, 6. Oh,
10 damage.
so he's done 10 damage. Let me see the health on that.
jeez.
Difference of 2.
He's gonna leave him.
Oh man, well Gabe is still in the game though.
Yes.
Very lucky from
But
that.
we will call this. We will say Gabe is in the danger zone. So 5 health is definitely the danger zone.
Not only that though, he has beat Gabe and taken his blue gate.
He got it. Okay.
He got it. So now Josh has 2 gates now, blue and red. Control of the board and very much of a destructive gate, which is the red gate.
Just an overview here. I'm sorry, not Gabe. Josh has 50% of the gate control on the board.
Wow, Gabriel, that was crazy. Of course it would happen in the finals though.
Of course, it would happen in the finals. That's the risk of Gatekeeper, everybody.
Strategic move for Josh to get that stockade. Now he has 2 stockades because the initial bonuses on that blue gate is to grab a stockade and freeze the board, which he just has done. So now nobody can move this board unless somebody gets the turn board and then turns it again.
You can see on their faces the excitement. This is what Gatekeeper is, folks. Ridiculous odds.
Stockades.
Now that Gabriel, that excitement might
All
turn
right.
into having to kill here, because if you can see Gabe's health, which is at 5, he will very much be targeted right now. If you kill a player, folks, you will get 10 health.
Our camera operator here has pointed out that Josh has 2 stockades, which means that he has 2 instances in which he can take damage with absolutely no risk to himself. So if I were a player on the board right now, I would be trying to poison him. That would be my goal, because poison literally is just a passive way to take off Conjured Stockades.
Now, Gabriel, if I was in the game, I would very much go for killing Gabe at this point. You get a point from killing Gabe, and you
Yes.
get 10 health. And Ethan has to deal 3 damage. dragon. So
Does
you
Gabe
might
have
go
any
for that.
gates right now?
Gabe has no gates. He was robbed of his
All right.
blue gate.
Black gate.
Black gate.
He has the black gate, so there is a lot to be gained. You could get a gate from him and health. And you could deal, I think, a net 4 damage, something like that.
Yeah, steal 2.
And whoever takes the black gate from Gabe could use that as a weapon against Josh's stockades.
Gabe's plan should be gain health immediately. Either whether that's go for the dragon, which is gain 3, or for the Elderman Tower, gain 3. Or the green gate, it's at 6.
Shout out to our married and soon-to-be married ladies manning the cameras for our Gatekeeper event. Anna McKenzie.
So that's 6. So the 2 damage goes down to 4, and then get rid of the stockade.
Jaden Adcock is
Lose 2 health because of that. I just lose my stockade.
losing his stockade for some reason.
Yes, I never thought I would see Gatekeeper played on so many angles at once. Completely changes the game. No underhanded tactics here.
Well, Gatekeeper is, potentially going to be on the market soon.
Yes.
So,
Well, back in the day, we used to shake hands at the table when we were making secret alliances. You gotta keep your eyes open. You never know what's gonna happen. Gatekeeper is always a game of risk. Always.
all the poison dice and restoration dice are removed, and stockades. So now, Josh has been robbed of his 2 stockades and is now free from attacks, or free to get attacked.
Okay. So Josh, who is sitting proud here, is going to be a little bit more cautious, a little bit more careful. Which gates does Josh control at the moment?
Blue and red.
Okay, so
Now, if I
one-
was Josh, I would be set with the red and blue gate and rope for the center. I have control of 2 gates, and I can defend myself very good from the red gate. What would Lucas go for right now? He could go for the red gate. He has a bonus on it, and it's at 4. Oh, it's Steven's turn.
You're telling me you wouldn't do the same?
Steven's having some difficulties listening to all these opinions, but what will he go for?
If it wasn't like the grand finals, I would consider it. But the reason
I know it's not other people.
Steven's a very aggressive player, in my opinion, Gabriel. So I very much think that he's going to go for this red gate and try to go cave. And this, he's going to go for the deal 3 damage, which is initial bonuses, and go for the deal 3 damage Elderman Tower. That's exactly what I would do.
based on stats, Steven actually has the lowest amount of kills and the lowest amount of rotation survived. So I don't know if I would specify that he was an aggressive player, but I would say that he knows how to stay in the game. Okay, and that's always important in Gatekeeper. As long as you're alive, you always have a chance.
Yeah, I wouldn't label Steven as a slasher, as Gabe has proven himself to be. But Steven does go for very smart kills, and if he does take the red gate, Gabe could definitely die at this point.
Yeah, surprisingly, we have yet to see any real damage actually put out, besides the quintuple we just hit a few seconds ago, which really wasn't that bad, all things considered. It's like a 2. I think it was 10 damage in total, so if it even been like 1 more, he would have been killed.
Yeah. Now, Steven doesn't want to jump the gun and go for red gate, because if he does, he also has to win the battle for the red gate, and that could potentially lose his health.
Yeah.
Which you don't want to really go below 10.
I'm at 2 health.
Gabe's at 2 health. Ah, John.
And just another angle here for you.
Now, if Lucas wins this battle and takes red gate, he will kill Gabe. Oh no, he got it.
Let's go!
Here we are.
Lucas has taken the red gate from Josh and the initial bonuses.
Oh boy. He looks like he's coming out of Miami Vice right now.
The initial bonuses are 2, deal 3 damage to target opponent, which Gabe is at 2. Will he do it? Yeah.
There you go. Okay.
Oh.
I don't have this is the rack. This is the
Lucas and Jaden are actually.
We pan to the board for a second here just so I can see what's going on. Okay.
So all gates do lose 1 HP as soon as the red gate is captured. Like I said, the red gate is all about damage.
And always keep your eyes on the center, guys. So at the center board right now, I think we're at, I think 6. It looks like 6 health points here. So That's definitely within one roll.
You let him through. Yeah. Okay.
I believe nobody's in possession of 2 gates at one time right now. Everyone has 1 gate or is not.
Okay.
So both ways. Okay.
Man, what would Lucas do?
Hard decision. Very hard decision.
I mean, Gabriel, if he doesn't kill Gabe now, he would be giving away a point, which he has done it right now. And Gabe is the first to leave this grand final.
Still excellent performance.
Good
Gabe
performance.
Frayne exiting the table.
Very good. Lucas has now killed Gabe and gained a point for this season. Now,
How
what's
can you
this?
kill what is not alive in theory?
There you go.
Now, Gabriel, can you please remind
Well
me
played season.
the points for this season? Because I believe that Ethan and Andrew are very close with each other. And if Lucas does gain enough points, he will become the first in the season.
This is true. At the moment, Andrew. Yep, here we go. At the moment, Andrew is sitting on the highest points. Unfortunately, he's on vacation. But if he could be here, he would be here. So shout out to you, Andrew. Excellent season.
Yeah.
In a moment here, our fallen contender here is going to join us as a commentator. He'll probably have quite a bit of insight for us. Let's see if we can pull up those points.
This one?
So Lucas now is in control of the red gate and is dealing another damage to
all-time.
Ethan, which Ethan is now a one-shot,
Their stats.
which we consider 6 health one-shot because you can turn in a dragon for deal 3 damage and also deal 3 damage yourself.
All right. Sorry there, folks, just adjusting the board. And while we're waiting here, I thought I'd give a big shout out to Hobart Assemblies, a growing church for growing families, located obviously in Hobart. The pastor Ryan has been running that church for some time now. We also have 2 of the youth leaders here, Anna Lepowski and Ethan Miller, soon to be married. Shout out to Hobart Assemblies.
Yeah. It should
Ethan with a crazy now. He had a deal 3 damage dragon already. He just turned it in and destroyed a lane shield, grabbed a deal 3 damage dragon again, and dealt 6 damage to Josh and has taken Josh out the game.
Aw.
Wow, what a vet move.
Where's all the
from
sympathy
Ethan.
for Gabe Frayne, huh?
What a great move by Ethan.
Yes, great play. Always a reminder, guys. The greats are always the greats. They've been playing this game for years.
Now the master
Never.
of this move is actually Gabe Frayne, which he has. I believe he's the first to do it. One had made 6 health a one shot now because of that move, which Ethan has just proven its worth right now against Josh.
The longest game without a gatekeeper.
Yes, that's a good observation. Jeremy's pointing out this is quite a long time without a gatekeeper. Usually we have gatekeepers pretty early on. We're talking like first 5 to 10 minutes, I'd say. We have a gatekeeper. Maybe they live, maybe they lose, but that's a pretty long match. You see, claiming the center is kind of like a do or die. So once you go there, you gotta commit. You don't usually play for the center, so they're waiting, probably trying to cut off a few players early on, maybe the players that aren't being aggressive enough to stay in. But now everybody left on the board's got a pretty good amount of health, so it's not going to be easy killing these guys. It's going to be battles.
I agree.
I think we just had another freeze the board, unless they just
Now,
moved
if I
it.
can,
Yeah, they just moved it. Never mind.
now does anybody have 2 gates at once right now?
Okay. I think didn't we say Josh control? No.
No, Josh is out. So
Who has the green gate? That's what I need to know.
Jaden Adcock has the green
The
gate.
green gate. Okay.
Yeah, so the red gate is
So why-
transferring
yeah.
over to Ethan.
Which is
and
his favorite gate.
Now he will deal 3 damage to a target opponent. If I was in the game, I'd probably do it to Jaden, who has the most health right now.
Yes. There you go.
So the gates are now, once again, like we've explained earlier, lose 1 HP every time the red gate is captured. All gates lose 1 HP.
Dude, I didn't break the gate. I just took it from him. So does it stay at 5? Does it go?
The center gate is a one-shot only for Ethan, which can use an 8-sided dice to capture the center immediately and become Gatekeeper.
Now, Gatekeeper sometimes is a fast match. Sometimes it is a very slow match. I'd say this has been pretty eventful. 2 deaths within about 5 minutes. That's pretty active, pretty on point. I'd say we can probably expect to see 1 more before we see a center claim. That'll leave us with 3 contenders, and it's going to be quite an aggressive match.
If you recall, I think the quickest game of Gatekeeper is Gabe Frayne has captured all gates and won Gatekeeper within 20 minutes.
Yes, a lot harder than it sounds.
Yes. Dude.
Alright. It looks like right now Gabe Frayne is actually teaching another new player how to play the game, so shout out to Gabe Frayne. What a legend.
Now we have the rookie, Jaden, Ethan, Steven, and Lucas still in the game.
Yeah, so I'd say so far, as far as my own predictions go for the outcome of the game, Gabe and Josh getting knocked out at this point, I would say not a huge surprise, considering Joshua's position, though, a little strange considering he had 2 gates. That was a little unexpected, I would say that. Definitely had the control of the board to last longer, but such is the risk of Gatekeeper. Such upsets do happen. So for any people watching, I mean, you just watched somebody with 2 gates and 2 conjured stock gates go from that to dead in about 10-15 minutes. So nobody's ever too safe, nobody's ever too prepared.
So Jaden is moving from the green gate back to the blue gate. He's going to attack the blue gate. And he captured it, so now he's fighting Ethan for blue gate to potentially own 2 gates.
Okay.
Oh, so he has lost the battle between
Yeah, that
Ethan,
did not
and
work.
Ethan has defended his gate very good.
Now, a reminder, though, he controls the green gate, which means if he lost 4 health in that engagement, he will actually gain 3 of it back on his next turn. So, I mean, the damage is easily mitigated. We'll see if he survives with that gate that long, though.
And now the blue gate is now back at 6. It was at
Yes.
4.
So just to recap here, who controls our gates?
You have Ethan with the blue and red gate, Jaden with the green gate, and Lucas with the black gate.
There we go.
I really would say Ethan is in a prime position to take in that center. He has the blue gate and the red gate of destruction.
But let's look at their health. How's Ethan's health? Looks like he's got quite a bit. I'm seeing it looks like 2 rows almost. So yeah, he's stacked. He's ready to go. Most of this is just a waiting game, waiting for somebody to make a mistake, waiting for somebody to lose a battle for a gate, so you have that added damage on their character. I would say we have 2 people on the board right now that have 1 single row of health. Right now, at this point in the game, that is not hard to clear. It just depends on what the target is. Also, haven't seen an Elderman roll in a little bit.
I don't see any dragon plays here for
Yeah,
a
no
dragon
dragons.
war roll.
Yeah. Speaking of Andrew, good shout out in the stream. Double dragon turn in is clutch.
Did you see that deep dragon turn in?
Yes.
We did.
Andrew did.
What?
Andrew said that was quite the clutch play, yes.
Man, what is Lucas doing? He's transferring over to... Oh, he's rolling against the green gate and potentially beating that lane shield and grabbing the dragon. He
Okay.
destroyed it.
Yep.
He will gain the dragon. Which dragon will he get?
So right now he's going to pick a dragon. Each dragon has different bonuses that they give you. Some give health, some deal damage. I think-
board.
yeah, 1 turns board, and another is conjure stockade or
He's
something
picking
along those
right
lines.
now. He will go for the Very strategic.
Took deal 3 damage. All right, so Lucas took the deal 3 damage. He also has the Black Gate. These are very, very high damage bonuses that he's going for. It's a strategy. It's clearly high damage. And this falls in line with what he's been doing from the start of the 12 games he's played. He's got 5 kills. He's captured center 5 times. And he survived 12 rotations, which is almost double anybody has ever survived in a Gatekeeper match of this season. So that is a lot. Very high survivability, very hard to kill.
Wow, double damage.
Double damage.
Whoop. Double damage on the rolls.
4. So difference of 2.
Okay,
so 2
so-
times 2 is 4.
So let's pay attention, folks. That means that Steve McDowell's at, what, 10 health?
All right.
So he basically lost a whole row of health.
It's Ethan's turn. He rolled double gate damage on his roll.
Did you see that?
Jaden seems to be a little upset.
I'll show you later.
Man, what will Ethan do? He has a. If you didn't see Gabriel, he has a double gate damage from his roll.
I'm going to venture a prediction here. I'm going to say that our final contenders are going to be Ethan Miller and his brother Lucas.
I came in saying I do believe that Ethan can take it on in the grand finals. Which he's still in a prime position right now with 2 gates.
Does Steve McDowell have any gates at the moment?
He does not.
Gate control is very important. As you get later into the game, it becomes increasingly more difficult to compete with the other players who have gates. However, there is an alternative strategy, which our founder, Steve McDowell, is known for, which is to collect dragons for the dragon roll, one of the most hyped plays. So Ethan has lost a turn.
He was going for the Conjure Stockade. Now, I do believe that he was going to get that Stockade, if he would have got it, rolled an 8-sided dice against the center, and capture it with a Stockade. Which that's exactly
Sound
what I would
strategy.
have done.
Now, Jaden is playing with more experienced players. Players that have already worked with strategies in the past, in previous seasons and finals. He's doing very good, all things considered, to survive this far, especially when we've already seen 2 seasoned players knocked out, Gabe Frayne and Josh, who have also played in the finals before. It's hard to say. Hard to say who's going to make it.
Now, we will be bringing in Josh Lepowski and interviewing him of how he thought that it was going to go. And what was the demise of his fall.
Just stand right there.
Right.
Welcome, Josh.
Hey, I'm here. Nice. Well, not super happy to be here this early in the game, but here I am.
Now, Josh, what would you say was the demise of your downfall?
You know what? Ultimately, just Lucas just playing phenomenal is what happened. Ultimately, Lucas had that insane roll where he rolled for to move all the stockades. I was in a great position. I had 2 gates. I had 2 stockades. I thought I was in a perfect position. I was looking to capture the center on my next turn.
Right. Wow.
And then Lucas got rid of all the stockades, went for my gate, and I rolled badly on that. And then that was kind of the demise of my downfall. And I had a good strategy. I saw there were a lot of people that had red bonuses, so my goal was to try to capture probably black, possibly,
Right.
and then try to capture blue to get a stockade, and then try to maybe control where the board turns and stuff.
Yeah.
That was my goal, and I was starting to go through with it, but just kind of fell apart when it wasn't my turn, and that's how it goes sometimes. But overall, happy with how I played this season. Considering the fact that I'm at Lynchburg for half the year.
Right.
And
Yeah, very dedicated player here.
means that I can't play. Means that I can't play all the time. So the fact that I'm here means that each game I played was quality. So
Yeah, I would
Look at Josh's stats.
mostly agree with you, Josh, for sure. Well, who do you think? What are your predictions of who's winning this grand final?
You know what? Honestly, it's really hard to predict. But I would say that Ethan and Lucas are definitely the 2 most prepared.
Yes.
It's odd because I thought early in the game Ethan might be one of the first ones out, but no, it looks like Ethan and Lucas are the 2 best bets in my opinion. I think Stephen is someone to watch out for, but he just hasn't really gotten the role that he needs. But Jaden is such a dark horse. Jaden just kind of sits there, and I think people can underestimate him a bit. So it's really anybody's game at this point.
It is indeed, which is still a shock to me that he's still in there surviving with the bets, and he has a lot to show right now,
Yeah,
as
sure does.
this is his rookie season. So, all right, well, thank you, Josh.
You're welcome.
You played good.
Yeah. Always something to watch out for. Remember, folks, Gatekeeper is never set in stone. Anybody can win at the table. There's always a chance.
Interview.
In a moment here, we're going to bring Gabe Frayne over for an interview.
But what Josh did say, Lucas and Ethan are really showing up today. Steven is really upsetting me right now because he plays in a more strategic way, and now he's in the slumps.
In an attempt to throw off the other players, and changing his character. He's just not used to it. He's used to the gene.
Yeah, I would say that it is quite a shocker that he did change his card at the last second, and he might be contemplating and regretting that he did.
It really was last second.
It really was.
Great. But, you know, such is Gatekeeper.
It's like we're just getting green gate.
Yes.
With that, I would say the Gene is a very good card. He used that against me to get into the hatch.
Yes.
He swapped 2 gates and it's a very OP roll. And
While we're at it here, I think we should look at some stats. We're going to pull up just of our players on the board here where their rankings for the season are. So, starting with Jaden, he is number 10 for this season. He has an average of 1.70 points per game, a 20% win rate, so that means he's winning 1 in every 5 games. Pretty darn good. He has a 100% GK win rate. It's a little skewered because he hasn't played that many games yet, but still, it's 100%. He has a .20 center captures per game, and that makes him the Rookie of the Year, which our commentator Danny once held. It is a very prestigious position.
And he does hold. I think he's in a tiebreaker with Gabe for the hypest roll of the season, which mentioned earlier. You get $50 bonus for the hypest roll of the season.
I think every player today is actually walking away with $20 no matter what happens. So I'll call that a good allowance. All right.
So, Steven.
What about Gabe Frayne? Can we see Gabe Frayne's stats real quick? So Gabe Frayne is sitting at number 5 for the season. He has a 1.36 points per game, 7.14% win rate, 33% GK win rate, a .21 center captures per game, and he is called Dr. Clutch.
Yeah, Gabe is a very. Honestly, that's how he even got here. In the semifinals against Andrew McDowell, the top player of the season. Clutch roll, he rolled a 20-side dice, and Andrew rolled a 1 on that 20-side dice. Rather where Gabe Frayne had rolled a 12, and that damage difference has led to Andrew losing and him winning and showing up today.
Ethan rolled for double gate damage again on the straight card.
Oh boy.
Ethan, man.
Dangerous player. Great trait though. Double gate damage, always
And
good.
Look at his health. Azar 15-17 with the stockade. I would be ready to attack the center.
So if we just take a pause here and just look objectively at the board right now, gate control, we have what? Wasn't 2 gates with Jaden?
Yes. So,
Jaden's
no. So
or no,
Jaden, so Lucas now has the black gate and green gate. Took it from
the gates of
Jaden.
life and death. Great strategy. You're also getting health while taking it. He's going to advance very quickly with that to 30 health if he keeps them. Not having a gate at this point is dangerous. You're going to see plays for dragons because it's going to become increasingly more difficult to get gates, especially if the center is taken and all the gates go to 12 health. You got beamed. Bad roll. Got beamed. I think that's, minus 3 health, something like that.
Ethan's still shocking me, though. I don't know how he's not going for the center right now. Maybe he wants one more gate. Maybe he's waiting for a kill. Who knows?
Yes. So there is a strategy here. The person who goes in first for the center gate is kind of at the mercy if they don't have red gate or black gate. These are both very high damage gates. So, I mean, you can just sit there, let them take the center gate, and then you can attack from red or black gate for a very high amount of damage. Kill them, gain the bonuses, gain how many gates you don't already have, and you're going to be in a very strong position to continue. Fortunately, though, the gates do reset back to 6 health, so it becomes quite aggressive.
Yeah, and Gatekeeper phase. All the gates, if you guys did not know, go to 12 HP. So for those who do not have a gate in Gatekeeper phase, it would be very difficult, not impossible, but to capture a gate while at 12 HP.
My gain health, my gain health.
It is Lucas' turn now.
Yes. For the record, we're only playing 1 game. Usually when you have these Gatekeeper meets, we play quite a few in a row. So that's why they're going a little bit slower than normals, because they're being very careful, making sure we get every possible strategy in that could work, testing against other players, seeing what they're going to do. And they seem to be poker players, with their chips. I don't know.
Man, Steven really seems to be struggling right now.
Steve McDowell, founder of Gatekeeper. A complex mind. Multiple plays in hand. Now, for all we know, there's a strategy unfolding here. I don't know. And you never know, there might be an alliance that we don't know about. After all, this is the first, I would say, major televised version of Gatekeeper. Who knows?
I would go for Dragons if I was him. I see the center gate being attacked very soon with.
Yep. Dragons is
people.
definitely the play. I absolutely agree. Steven should be going for Dragons. He should be going for every Element Tower he can get for Conjured Stockades to protect himself from high damage plays. If he has a chance, I believe the board is available to be turned as well. So I'd definitely be looking for an opportunity to get a gate. That would put him in a very strong position. Since we're playing so slowly, you might as well capitalize on it while you have it.
So now the black gate is at, I believe, to be 11 and 6.
Okay, that's not.
9.
Oh, I see. He must have got
11
a
and
trait
9.
roll.
Wow. So the black gate is not impossible. It's very hard now to get and capture.
Looks like Lucas is 5 health away from being gatekeeper.
Wow. Pointed out by Jeremy, Lucas is 5 health away from becoming gatekeeper, which he does own the green gate, so he does get 3 health every turn.
Yep, so we talked about that earlier in the game. That passive health increase, very dangerous.
Jackpot.
Always, yeah. Jackpot. It's just an easy way to just creep through there if people aren't aggressively chasing the gates, which you should if you can, but different play styles, different game results. It would look like our most aggressive players in the game had in fact died first this time around, so we'll see how that plays out. But we still have some sharks.
And Lucas is in a very prime position right now because all he has to do is, if he does become gatekeeper, is block the red gate out. Because he does have the green gate, which is health every turn, and the black gate, which is the second most damage from red gate on gatekeeper phase.
Yes.
I do believe, folks, if he does become gatekeeper and block out that red gate the entire gatekeeper phase, he will win the game.
Okay, and while we're waiting here, I thought I'd do a shout out to Super Mario Innovations for premier contracting. Thank you, Mario, for supporting Gatekeeper. And we look forward to future events with Super Mario Innovations. Also, along with Rising Star Taekwondo, who are dedicated to teaching effective self-defense using traditional martial arts methods, using weapons to develop coordination. I love a good martial arts studio, let me tell you. Rising Star Taekwondo.
Now, a brief summary from what just happened. Ethan rode for Conjure Stockade and did not get it. So now it's Jaden's turn. And he's putting down lane shields. And there's 5 dragons available left to be captured. I believe that Steven does have one of those dragons though. Nope, Lucas does. He has to deal 2 damage.
Yes. So
Go ahead.
ha! Jinx. Deal 3 damage is kind of one of those things, it's kind of like a Hail Mary, because you can keep it for later in the game when you see an opportunity to kill somebody instantaneously, because you can turn it in at any time
Yes, you can.
on your turn.
Sadly though, Gabriel, that dragon cannot be used against the Gatekeeper.
Yes. But fortunately, we've yet to have a Gatekeeper. Normally we have multiple Gatekeepers in one game, so we'll see if that plays out.
What we got coming up is Lucas. On his turn, he will gain 3 health, and will be 2 health away from Gatekeeper. He could go for the gain 3 health Element Tower, turn that in, become Gatekeeper.
So I'm just looking at the board here, looking for the plays. All the gates are sitting at okay health, but Green Gate actually only has 2 health. Green Gate is a great claim to get at this point in the game. Health is always good, especially if you're going to make a Gatekeeper play. You're going to want to catch that Green Gate so you can keep yourself healed each round. This can really offset a lot of the attacks done by the higher damage gates, so pay attention for that. I would not be surprised if the Green Gate changes hands. Okay. Yep, you'll see that Green Gate looks like they have battle for it. We missed it. Yeah, so that Black Gate's just sitting at 12 health. Whoever has that is rolling it big. I would definitely consider going for center.
I will.
Well, Lucas is two health away.
I will roll for plus
2 health away. Yep. So this is just sit and wait, guys. Just sit and wait. If you got the right strategy, you can sit and wait for it.
So now he was gonna go for the game 3 health Elderman Tower. If he would
He
have
should
got
have.
it,
Yeah, he was close.
he would have got it, he would become Gatekeeper immediately. But don't forget, next turn, gain 3 health. So if nobody stops him right now, next turn, Lucas will be forced to become Gatekeeper.
Gatekeeper is just such a anxiety-driven game.
Indeed.
It's sweaty. It's brutal. There's no forgiveness.
There's betrayal, that's for sure.
Betrayal. There's also alliances.
Like Steven just rolled to add health. to
6.
Also, double damage.
Oh, double
Lucas
damage.
and Steven. He faked roll. Rolled again. 5. 3.
Okay,
Oh,
so 6
he had done-
damage. Right? 6 damage to who?
Yes, to Lucas, which was very good indeed.
Good, yeah.
because
So they just prevented him from getting the Gatekeeper on the
Very
next turn.
clutch roll from Steven.
I'm sorry, Gate, not Gatekeeper.
I was being a little aggressive on Fudge, so it's okay if I miss it.
Okay. So this happens sometimes at Gatekeeper. We just have moments of discussion. People are getting an idea of what the play is going to be on the board. We've seen very, very little center action. In fact, I don't think we've seen any damage targeted towards the center. We haven't even seen a lane shield placed in the center yet, which can be done by the blue gate during the keeper phase. It's very common. Yeah, I mean, Gatekeeper's all about the boys, friends, all getting together, playing a crazy game made by our friend Stephen McDowell. It's just an absolutely intense matchup. And believe me, folks.
Stephen McDowell has gained the green gate, so has taken it from Lucas and preventing him from any more health to become Gatekeeper. Very clutch roll indeed from Stephen McDowell. He's using his Paladin card, which is also a green bonus on green gate, so it's a good matchup with his card and his gate.
Yeah. There we go. Just okay. So the handshake cross
sportsmanship.
table is an open alliance on the board. I didn't see what the terms of it were, but it looks like a restoration die from Steven to Jaden. Yeah, he rolled a 5. So every other turn he's going to gain 1 health for 5 odd turns. So that's a free 5 health unless it's somehow negated. All right. And while we're waiting here, just a shout out to Pawn King, fast cash for your stash. Thank you, Pawn King, for supporting Gatekeeper LLC and basically our childhood game. We love doing this. We're happy to be here. Happy to see players having fun and the audience going wild. All right. Now, just a check here, a board check real quick. We got only 1 dragon claim so far. Is that it? Is that what we're looking at? So this is kind of an odd thing that happens.
Steven has Stockade Dragon and I deal for damage.
Okay. So there's actually 3 dragons claimed right now.
3 dragons claimed off.
Yeah, but once you start getting the gates, the only attention you can really do is focus towards center, so less lanes tend to be claimed. Unsurprisingly, as we predicted earlier, Stephen is going for the dragons. He has 2 of them. There is something called a dragon roll when you turn in your dragons for a special card that has multiple options on it, all of them which are crazy, but the one that most people get is a 1v1 fight against the Gatekeeper. It's almost like a last resort. Steven is famous for it. He is the first person ever to win the battle against me, and I did indeed lose. So we'll see if he goes for it this game. It'd be a crazy turn of events. We love it. It's a Gatekeeper classic. Just stay tuned.
What would be crazy, folks, is on that Dragon Roll card, there is a 6, and that 6 says to become Gatekeeper immediately. So he could steal the Gatekeeper from Lucas, which is the closest player to get Gatekeeper, and defend it with green. So we have Jaden, who wrote a 5 on his Raw card, which is everybody loses 1 HP.
Okay. So that's just what we call universal negative. There's nothing good that comes from that. Unless, of course, you accidentally kill somebody, in which case it's excellent, but very rare, unlikely.
It is Lucas' turn now.
Okay, all gates -1/+2. We'll see how that plays out. What's the +2 for? Is it his option? He chooses whether or not they lose?
Yeah,
okay.
or they all -1 or +2.
Yeah, so if I were him, I'd immediately use the -1 on that center gate, all the gates. We're going to probably see a play for the red gate right here that's sitting at 4 health. 4 health is low for the red gate. A play for the red gate right now would easily lead to a victory in center. So whoever controls the red gate right now should be considering a play for the center, or should be expecting a defense and a battle for the red gate to take it.
Alright, it's Lucas' turn. He's debating on what he should do on the board right now. He has most health, and he's probably going to try to take that green gate, so that way he's back on top with gaining health to become Gatekeeper. And now he has gained a stockade.
Okay. So we started this at 6 o'clock, right? So we've been going for about an hour and 20 minutes, maybe give or take 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes of introduction. So we've gone a whole hour without center being taken. A whole hour. This is actually a pretty long game already. A Gatekeeper could go for a while. We've had some crazy games, but as you may recall, once there is a Gatekeeper, they have rotations, and each time there's a new Gatekeeper, the amount of rotations they have to survive decreases. So we will still have to go through at least, I think, 4 rounds.
Yeah, 4 rounds.
4 rounds just for the first Gatekeeper.
I got the turn in rotation.
Alright, so Lucas has gained a dragon, which is the turn board, which is for movement and strategy. Don't know what his plan is, but
yeah, not a lot of gate upsets right now. We've been holding on to our gates pretty strong here. I think we're seeing a lot of safe, so I'd call these safe plays. A lot of people just going straight for health. They're going for health, fighting over the green gate, give me the health, straight to the jackpot, get your free gate, get your free 10 health, whatever it takes.
Steven has rolled for attack any gate.
Steven has the green gate that we've established though, right?
So he can go for red gate or blue gate?
If I were Steven, I would go for the red gate.
Now, Gabriel, it is almost a guaranteed win if you do have the red and green gate, because as you get to block off the highest attack of a gate, which is a red gate, you also gain health each turn from that gatekeeper, from that green gate. So as long as they keep the red gate away from Steven, I would say they're pretty safe for right now.
Now, I'm getting the feeling something crazy is about to come up here just based on the layout of the board. Red gate's really weak. Center gate really isn't any better by much. So I'd say that we're going to see quite the change in the next few minutes. Before that, just a big shout out to Galactic HitchHikers for offbeat observations on life, the universe, and, well, everything. Thank you, Galactic HitchHikers, for supporting Gatekeeper. Oh my gosh.
So Steven has battling Ethan for the red gate. And
all right. As predicted, folks, as predicted.
He has actually captured the red gate, which we did say that the green gate and red gate are a very powerful duo. So now we do see that Steven is unraveling with his Paladin card, and now is using it to good use, and now has 2 really good gates.
Yeah, so like we said a few minutes ago, the red gate play is definitely the most tried and true for winning the center and for holding it. It's such a high damage gate, it's very dangerous. You can use the 8-sided die in any role to defend yourself, to attack yourself. Nothing to make light of. I would say the red gate is probably the most valuable gate in terms of players who favor aggressive play styles and strategies. Looks like we just saw a drop in the green gate as well, or maybe I was at 4. Well, it looks like they're at 5, so it doesn't matter.
Well, with all gates losing 1 HP with the red gate.
If it was me, I'd be going for center right now. I'd consider this the time. Maybe a little bit more board control if I had. Which of them has 2 gates? Danny, have you been keeping up? Which of the what? Which player has 2 gates?
Oh, it would be Steven and only
2
Steven.
gates. Steven has 2
has
gates.
the red and green gate,
Okay.
and Jaden Adcock has none. So I think Lucas has the other 2
So
gates.
Steven has gone from being in the worst position on the board to being in the best position. Very similar to the position Josh had actually about 45 minutes ago. So let's hope they don't repeat the same pattern. It would be excellent to see this sweep of the board. It looks like Steven's using the strategy. He's also got 2 dragons as a safeguard. So don't don't sleep on him. He's got the moves. He's been doing this a long time. This is his game. He knows every single corner of this game.
And I'm sorry to misinform. Actually, Ethan still has the blue gate, and
Ah.
Lucas has the black gate.
Okay.
And Steven has the other two.
So Steven has the red and
Yeah.
the green.
Yes. Now, I would definitely try to prevent. Well, this is any other player other than Steven is really struggling right now because if they do go for center gate, not only will they have to battle against
No
the
board
red
control.
gate. Yep. They have to battle against the red gate and against the jackpot, which Steven is really close to getting.
Yeah, I'd say the only person with a strong enough position to take the center and hold it for 4 rotations is Steven right now, just based on the gates he has. He's got the green gate, so he's always going to have health coming in. He's got the red gate, he can do damage all day. And it's not, for the Gatekeeper, it's not so much that the red gate helps the Gatekeeper, it's that as long as he holds it, nobody else can use it against him. Because the red gate does, I think, the max damage you can do on the board, depending on your bonuses and your card. But we have a lot of red favoring characters right now, so.
You gotta be kidding me, I get beaten.
He got beaten again.
You're gonna be interviewed?
All right, with us we have Anna Lepowski, the fiance of one of our contenders, Ethan Miller, here with us. She's also been with us actually since the beginning of Gatekeeper.
Yeah, I remember the first Gatekeeper finals
Yes, she
years
does.
ago.
Many years ago.
I've been like 4 years ago now.
We're old.
Anna, who are your predictions of who's winning the Gatekeeper finals?
Well, I thought it was going to be Lucas, if I'm being honest. Now I'm honestly not sure. I think it would be either Ethan or Lucas. So, I don't know. I guess we'll see.
We'll see. I mean, if anything, if Ethan wins this bonus, that'd be very good for both of
You
you
know
guys.
what? I love my fiance very much. He's playing much better than I honestly expected.
You heard it here, folks.
And if you guys did not know that Josh Lepowski is the brother of Anna Lepowski.
Yeah, I was sad to see Josh go so early. I thought he was going to be on a little bit longer. But
Yeah. Well, he fought his way through here though, and he really did good this season. So I was proud of Josh. All right, well.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Glad to be here. There we go. Okay, so Steven's looking more animated. He's looking more concentrated. Look for his plays on the board. His board control right now is excellent. His health, very high. Very dangerous player. This is just another example of how things change in Gatekeeper very quickly. We saw Josh Lepowski with dominant board control. Stephen McDowell is, I think, 4 health away from Gatekeeper. I'm sorry, a free gate. And if he gets a free gate, he's absolutely going to go for the center. There's no question of it.
Well, nobody's Gatekeeper, so actually, if he does get 30 HP,
Oh, he'll go straight to Gatekeeper,
he'll
yeah.
become Gatekeeper.
And with that, he'll have the 2 most important gates for basically staying in the fight. So we're going to find out very shortly, guys. But this is the founder of Gatekeeper showing his skill yet again. Unrivaled. Unbelievable.
Off center with an 8-sided dice. He might do it, folks.
I don't know. You'll notice all the players on the board are talking to each other right now, discussing their strategy live. This is kind of like double talk because they may or may not actually do what they say they're talking about doing. It's kind of just like a little fun process. Sometimes they lie. Sometimes they shouldn't say they lie, but they do tend to make it up on the spot. Yeah, and trick. There's always a lot of tricks. Lucas is looking very suspicious right now. Very nice.
In the background, you guys heard that Gabe showed a very famous video that we have on YouTube where he wrote an insane number and I think potentially won the game off of it. If you guys do want to see it, we are on YouTube and we have many videos that we find very entertaining.
Always look on our YouTube page. Well, there's always the Cargo King piano if you want to look at some of our other content. But Gatekeeper on YouTube is on Facebook is a great place to find our videos, and on Facebook, probably Facebook primarily. Oh, here we go.
Going for the center?
Potentially the first Gatekeeper in the match.
This should be very big for him. He's got 2 of the greatest gates.
Yes.
He's saying a mini speech.
50% chance of taking the center.
I have to roll 5 or higher on 8. I have a 50% chance.
5 or higher. Heard it. Guys, if he does become the first Gatekeeper, he has to survive 3 rotations as Gatekeeper.
1.
He rolled a 1.
Wow.
He rolled a 1.
This This has just been
So now, with all
What a complete choke by.
so now they do know that he is willing to roll against the center.
It was a choke, but the stakes have gotten higher. Center gate with 4 health is an easy take for most players on the board right now. Even if they fail, they always have the opportunity to attack if they have the black or the red gate. So if it's not Steven or Lucas, then they're really going to have to consider taking that green gate away from him or taking that red gate to stay relevant because we're getting to the end game here.
The strategies for these other players, if they don't believe that they could, win this game, is go for points. So if they do capture the center gate, they could get a point for the season.
But as it happens, the season is basically at a close here, so it's all or nothing. Reroll. Reroll on the board. It rolls a 6? Okay. All right, they're kids there.
So Ethan has lost the battle against Steven and now has captured. Oh no, they were just fighting it out.
All
Between
right.
the gates.
And while we're just in the in between here for just a moment, just a shout out to Indiana Syndicate. We've been partnered with them for quite a bit here. I think Steven first met them maybe in Bloomington, I want to say. I'm not sure. He might have already known them. I don't recall. But they are Indiana's premier gaming organization. Shout out again, Indiana Syndicate. Love you guys. Fellow gamers, game on.
So now everyone is actually talking to the rookie Jaden to contemplate how they should try to stop Steven as much as possible to become Gatekeeper. So what will Jaden do? The center is at 7, folks.
What did you say, Sarah?
7 actually.
Wasn't that 4?
No. It was at, I believe.
Did somebody get a add health as a gate?
Yes, and then Steven rolled a 1 against it and only got a 7. I believe it's a 7.
I'm pretty sure it was on 4. Can we go to camera 1 real quick just to see the center there? Yeah, it's at 4. Now, keep in mind, there are players on the board right now that have traits on their cards that allow them to add health to a gate, so they could theoretically prolong the game by adding health to the center, making it less easy to take in one go. Okay, so I'm going to reevaluate my predictions here. I'm going to say just based on Steven's long-term play, definitely the contender and my primary pick for Gatekeeper. Whether or not he'll win is anybody's guess, but definitely the first Gatekeeper play. Oh, it looks like we have damage to the center. It's at 3 health now. I almost can't take it. This is crazy. It's slow, but it's crazy. This is the boil before we go here. This is it.
I really do.
And the first person at center is about to get smacked around.
I feel like he's in a tough spot.
So you're probably going to see some conjure stockades pop down here.
It's amazing about it.
Steven, even on top of having those 2 gates, Gabriel, if you didn't notice, he also has a stockade. So if he does become Gatekeeper, he will be immune for at least 1 round of any attacks that come his way. On top of that, gain 3 health because of the green gate.
Yes, indeed.
So it did take time for Steven to show what he was truly doing, but obviously he had it in control, and
Yes.
he's clearly taking control of the board now.
Alrighty, folks. We have a Duel of the Fates playing now.
Yeah, I died. Just me running.
Looks like we're trying to raise the temperature in here, get the music going, take this to the most extreme as we possibly can. We are all about hype here. The number 1 rule of Gatekeeper is that the hypest option always goes.
Yes, that is the
You may see shirts come off. You may see chairs slam. You never know.
He's gonna take it.
Steven will take it. I do believe, folks, that he will take it his turn. Unless he rolls a 3 or lower. Or 2 or
If he
lower.
doesn't, whoever has the black gate, Lucas, is probably going to have to immediately go for it. I wouldn't skip the opportunity. The problem is you never know when you want to go for it, but when you're this far in, your risks are just going down the drain. You're going to either A, they're going to attack you. It's one way or the other. The longer you wait, the more difficult it is. The Gatekeeper has, 20 health? So,
Yeah.
and that's...
And that's even low
Yeah.
because now the red gate, which is deal double damage as a Gatekeeper attack, is in possession of the Gatekeeper, which would be Steven.
Yeah, just a reminder, once it comes back to Steven's turn, he's going to get another 3 health on the green gate, so which is that a 1 health for the green gate right
That is
now?
a 1 from the green gate.
All right, so the green gate is extremely vulnerable right now. Any player interested in stopping Steven from passively gaining that gatekeeper status is definitely going to want to take that away from him as soon as possible. And to place that restoration dice, or perhaps not even place that at all.
Wait, you gain 3 health next turn, right? So you can just take black from me.
Okay, 1 second here. All right, while the game, right now what's happening is just, this is common. It's common discussion once you get into the later game. I know no Gatekeeper has been chosen, or I should say taken the center, but you're going to hear a lot of dialogue. There's going to be a lot of dialogue when they discuss the play. It will speed up. It's just a matter of how we determine the players' positions on the board. Who stands the best chances of winning against the Gatekeeper. 1 second here, we might confer with the player and figure out what's been going on.
Gabriel, do you know who in the season has the most Gatekeeper death or kills?
Gatekeeper deaths or kills?
Yes. I believe it would be Gabe because he does play as a little bit of a slasher.
As it dies the most as Gatekeeper?
No,
or
actually kills the most in Gatekeeper.
kills the most Gatekeepers?
So
That
Gatekeeper
would be
eliminations.
Gabe. The Gabe has killed. Well, this is not the most Gatekeepers killed. This is the most kills gotten as Gatekeeper, and that would be Gabe Frayne with a total of 6 kills, and he has played as GK 3 times. That means he got at least 2 kills every single time he played GK. Fortunately, Gabe is out, but that is a phenomenal stat.
Steven has
is
become Gatekeeper.
Nothing unexpected. This is a very clear play. Now, when Gatekeeper phase begins, all gates go to 12 health. The Gatekeeper's turn immediately ends, so Steven can't make any changes, but they're going to give him his cards. He will effectively control the center, the red gate, and the green gate. Okay, so 1 gate for health, 1 gate for damage, and of course the center gate, which is the final prize.
And you've seen it here, folks. Steven was really down, and I see no strategy from Steven, and now everything is turned. So now he's becoming Gatekeeper with red gate and green gate with a stockade. Now has to survive 3 rotations as the Gatekeeper, which I think he has a very high chance of doing so.
Let's keep in mind, though, I do believe Steven does have a Conjure Stockade, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
So Conjure Stockades, as mentioned earlier, block all damage. It's very important as Gatekeeper to have that. This keeps you from taking the immediate damage from the Black Gate, which is his primary opponent right now. If he manages to break the Black Gate, the chances of him losing are very low.
Which they just took it off.
Yeah. Here, so it's nothing unexpected, the Conjure Stockade, but that's what it's there for. So that Conjure Stockade has essentially bought him around. That's the best way to think about it. They can still attack from the blue gate, but the blue gate really can't do that much damage in 1 turn, whereas like the black and the red gate can almost take the gate single-handedly in 1 turn. So it's very, very dangerous. The odds are high, but it can be done.
Now, if you guys don't know the Gatekeeper card, once you become Gatekeeper, you have your own very special card that has all these abilities. But one of those are, if you roll a 6, you lose your turn as Gatekeeper. And that can cause you to either die in that rotation or, some crazy plays happens while you're out of that game. You don't get to attack any other gates, and you don't get to defend yourself.
All right.
Jaden is about to jackpot.
Here we go. Okay.
All right, so we've seen that jackpot, and he got it. He got it. So he's at 30 health, and he also gets to take that red gate from Steven, attack from the red gate, and do double gate damage.
Crazy play, guys.
That was a
So I told you,
crazy play.
it speeds up real quick. Now, we'll see how much damage he actually does. You'll see Steven's face of disappointment here. This is always an unfortunate play. But this is why game sense and game awareness is so important, because damage dealt earlier could have prevented that, at least for a turn. But this is the type of plays that make for great Gatekeeper finalists.
Wow, and just like that, folks, he gets to deal 3 damage to the Gatekeeper. So that would take him at 17, and he can roll potentially an 8 double damage. That would lead to 16 damage, and he would be at 1 health. Oh, he could actually kill him. I believe the center's at 16.
It takes quite a good roll, though. He'd have to get, I believe, an 8.
Yes, he would. Oh, he rolled a 6.
Zooming in,
Wow,
zooming
so
in.
just like that, the Gatekeeper in his first rotation is down to I believe is
4 health.
Four, just like that.
That's the rest of Gatekeeper, folks. Too early, too late. And for anybody watching, Steven was in a great position. He had a conjured stock gate. He had 2 gates. This is just how quickly the board can change, and that's why.
1 plus 3 gate damage.
Oh my gosh,
I kill him.
it's over. So the reason why that's an instant death is because the damage he'll deal, minimum damage he'll deal is 1. And then he has a +3 on it, which means he'll do 4 damage to Lair gate. So now Steven is going to have to roll. Or actually, they're going to battle. My bad.
Do I have anything displayed? No, I just have black pigs.
Well,
Oh
just
no, I'm
like
sorry.
that.
There is no battle because Steven never had the chance to attack.
And Jaden with a move like that, to show up in the finals like that and go at the CEO of Gatekeeper and Gatekeeper himself is quite phenomenal.
So does that count as a kill for me?
All right, the founder of Gatekeeper remains in the match, but Lucas goes to 30 health, which is going to cement him another gate, I believe.
Yes.
Or is he Gatekeeper now?
I believe
He's Gatekeeper now.
Lucas is the Gatekeeper now. Wow, crazy move from the rookie Jaden. Crazy. That led to Lucas being able to kill Steven within one of his rolls on his trait. And
Steven is not out.
Steven is as shook as we are.
Okay. But that does lower the amount of rotations that Lucas has to survive down to 3 instead of 4. That is a big difference. And now Lucas is sitting pretty with. Oh, okay.
So what now we are bringing as you just seen the Gatekeeper of the game and was on top for this moment of time.
I
Where
just
we're
ascended
like,
the ranks. I'm now #1 this season.
Lucas has taken the #1 spot of the season, surpassing Andrew McDowell, and is the #1 player in the season. So now, as Lucas is the Gatekeeper, he only has to survive 2 rotations as Gatekeeper. He's the second Gatekeeper. And we have here Stephen McDowell.
Hey guys. Okay. So what went wrong? You might ask. Nothing. I played amazing. I think I just didn't take into account that Jaden did a double dragon turn-in with a +3 health dragon, and I didn't expect that to happen. So he managed to jackpot me, and he did a really good job at it. So there's nothing really else nothing I can do about it. But I'm still in. I'm coming back, baby.
Nah, as you see, guys, it's never, ever, ever completely done. As you heard from Andrew McDowell's speech earlier, don't give up with his last words of Gatekeeper. So, as if you keep pursuing your goal to win this game, you got your ups and you got your downs, but you can make anything happen in Gatekeeper because that is the risk of Gatekeeper.
Yes, indeed, folks. Yes, indeed.
But
Get
for
our
right
angles
now,
here.
they have to really stop Lucas from surviving 2 rotations as Gatekeeper, which Lucas, if not in anybody else's opinion but mine, he is the most defending player that we have. He always defends his gates, always wins his battles, so it's going to be rough.
My turn? Can I play? Oh no, I have to roll first, right?
So Lucas is rolling on his Gatekeeper card. Hopefully he does not get 6.
3.
He rolls a 3, and it's attack 2 gates.
First, can I?
Placing any lane shields.
Wow.
If I was Lucas, he has red, so I would just attack either
What do you mean no? I don't.
black or green.
Those are the lanes. Yeah.
Yes. So you said he has attack 2 gates, correct?
Yes.
So attack 2 gates from the Gatekeeper position is an excellent option. Okay, so he has what? 2 enemy gates on the board right now.
2.
Means he can attack both. He can do 20 damage. 20 damage.
You could do
2 each. That's max possible damage he can do. So
And each
he
gate
could
is
kill
at
him. He could
12,
end the
so-
game really. In any meaning, well, he couldn't kill him, but he could come pretty darn close. Maybe Steven. He might be able to kill Steven if Steven had a gate, but that's about it.
Wow, I wonder how Steven's going to take this. I don't know way back, but, the fun part about this game is everybody has a strategy of their own that nobody else knows about, so we'll see what happens. As of right now, it came back to Lucas, so he has survived 1 rotation as Gatekeeper.
I'm gonna roll at red.
So this would, Gabriel, this would be the last rotation, right?
1.
Depends. If he loses a turn, then the game will keep going. No, I think he actually has 1 more rotation.
Oh, yeah,
after
he
this
does.
one.
He
should
actually
have
does.
2 more. But I mean, loose turns are pretty common. He has a 1/6 chance of a loose turn. It's not that the odds are not that high. It happens pretty often. So
So Steven's
for his
back.
sake, perhaps we would hope not. But
Give restoration poison.
Can't do that.
also, just a shout out to Andrew McDowell, until recently our top player for the season. Happy birthday, Andrew, from the boys.
Which I don't know if you heard earlier, Gabriel. By doing so and killing the Gatekeeper, Lucas has surpassed Andrew and become the first of the season,
Yep.
which is good. I mean,
Pizza always makes Pizza and Gatekeeper have been going together for a very long time.
Yeah.
So, shout out to all the pizza companies that we've ordered from for about 4 years. So thank you. You fed us many times. We appreciate you. Jay Nick here's looking a little stressed.
Man, but he's performing very good, Gabriel.
Yes,
Very
for
good.
a
To make
rookie,
it
he's
to-
doing excellent in
To
the
make it to
finals.
the grand finals and beat like 3 vets to get here. On top of that, almost killing the Gatekeeper, not just Gatekeeper, Stephen McDowell was very impressive.
But then again, was Steven almost killed, or did Steven let him think he almost killed him? Did he really have all that control on the board, or did Steven let him have that control on the board? It's very hard to tell. We have a lot of seasoned players on the board, and we've actually had quite a few of the experienced ones knocked off the board. So this is common. There's always a mix of the new and the old. It wasn't like that back in the old days, but things change. Players adapt faster. All right. And just a shout out to Dragon's Lair for letting us host this event here. It's very kind of them. We love coming places, coming to the comic book stores, playing this game. This is how we're going to spread it around. Thank you, Dragon's Lair, my bad. They have the best comics and games in Northwest Indiana.
Wow, so Lucas is still at 20 health after 1 rotation, and he's doing pretty good.
Yes, very good performance for an individual game.
If I was in Lucas' position, I would very much be satisfied with where I'm at right now.
But look at the faces on the board, people. Do you see fear? Do you see stress? Because this is what happens during the Gatekeeper phase. All the players unite against the Gatekeeper. Always. Always. Because as long as you kill the Gatekeeper, the game keeps going and you always have a chance of winning.
So those are the only times you have your true allies, when somebody else is Gatekeeper.
And Steven and Ethan have been through this many times. This is nothing new. They're going to strategize as far as they can to see a weakness that they can use to take Lucas down. As previously mentioned, though, Lucas is in a great position. Just looking at his board control, I think he has 2 gates, right? Lucas is sitting on 2 gates.
No,
Is it-
Lucas has, 2 gates.
He
the
took,
green
he
gate and
took
black
the red
gate.
gate for the play, and then he took the green gate for the kill on Steven, or the fake kill, so to speak, because Steven's still alive.
Oh no, I believe Jaden has the red gate, and
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Lucas has the black and green gate.
Okay. Still, very powerful position.
And Lucas has blocked the red gate as a green link shield, so
I
the red
love
gate
this.
cannot attack the Gatekeeper for right now.
Very high. I don't know about folks. The intensity is here, but the plays, there's something missing. We're waiting for the big fight. We're waiting for the showdown, the 1v1, the winner takes all, the moment of Gatekeeper that cements history. Which of these players will take it home? $150 is the prize pool. $150. Will it be Lucas?
Guys, we have Gabe Frayne joining us now for the
yeah.
interview of how it went down.
No, just come in like right here.
There's no space.
Hey, Gabe. All right. All right.
Made it.
So, Gabe, how do you think you played today?
I think I started off really well, and then I just kind of tapered off, honestly. I really think there was not a whole lot I could have done. I think my downfall was the quintuple damage battle against Josh. That was
crazy.
Insane. Nothing I could have expected. Honestly, it's just small things. Like if I went for a stockade, that wouldn't have happened. I would have had 10 more health, and I would have been at 15 instead of 5.
Yeah.
And Lucas wouldn't have targeted me, presumably. And he probably would have targeted someone like Josh with 5 health also. So it's just little things like, maybe if we only had triple damage instead, then I wouldn't have been one shot.
Yeah.
It's so many, small dice rolls that could have happened and didn't happen. That pretty much affect the entire outcome of the game. If I didn't die, Lucas would have gotten strong. Something's happening. Let's figure out what's going on.
So,
Hey, what's going on? What's going on? Jump lane shields for what?
So Jaden has the potential to roll an 8 and kill the Gatekeeper, which he rolled a 6 earlier.
Does he have to roll an 8?
He has to roll an 8.
7 or 8.
7 or 8?
Jaden, 7 or 8? Has to get an 8 to
He
kill
has
the
to get an
Gatekeeper.
8 specifically in order to kill the Gatekeeper. He got the exact trait roll he needed in order
No,
to get
guys, this is the hype that we all talk about Gatekeepers.
I think this is something big might happen here.
Alright, we are changing the tempo of the song.
Song change request.
And let's see if Jaden's up for it.
Jaden is looking a little perplexed, stressed.
Oh, request
8.
a count from 8. Eight.
7,
Table 2.
6, 5,
4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh, he got it! He got it! No way! That's what an upset! Jaden has rolled an 8 and just in one turn, he has killed the Gatekeeper.
Wow!
Wow.
Can you imagine?
Like I told you folks, anything can happen in Gatekeeper out of
Lucas is
nowhere, and
alive.
Jaden has made it possible.
Wow. Wow, oh my gosh.
Crazy.
That is the risk of Gatekeeper. Can you imagine getting the exact trait roll you need and rolling an 8 right afterwards?
I mean, that's only happened one, folks, and now it's...
Jaden's Gatekeeper, everybody.
One
With
rotation left.
Jade, okay, everybody. Jaden, this is like the most Cinderella story ever. I swear to the Lord, okay? Jaden, a 12 seed. Jaden wasn't even supposed to be here in the first place until someone couldn't make it.
Yeah, Jaden is a huge upset for today,
Wow.
and is showing everybody that they were wrong about him. So continue, Gabe.
Yes. Jaden, what's our screen right now we're looking at? Is it this one? Let's go. So Jaden is the one at the right of your screen. See if you can point toward Jaden. Jaden's the young kid standing up at the right of your screen, now at the very back. Jaden pretty much is a 12 seed. Jaden is the least likely person to be in the spot he's in right now. But, I mean, I don't know. What else can you say other than, Damien, that's just the risk of the Gatekeeper?
That's honestly the risk of Gatekeeper. And I told you folks that nothing is for sure. If you play your cards right, and if you get lucky with these rolls, anything can happen. Which he jumped the lane shield. On top of that, had the red gate and was able to attack the center for double gate damage and did it.
That's insane. Honestly, that's insane.
It's crazy. It's only happened once. That's how insane it is.
You can't write this stuff. You literally cannot write this stuff.
It's just such a huge upset because he's playing with a whole table full of vets.
Yes.
And Jaden coming in as his first season of Gatekeeper might potentially, not yet, because you never know what happens in road rotation, but he could potentially win the Gatekeeper Finals of Season 3.
He's in a very good spot right now.
Yes, he is. So he has to survive only one rotation. Hopefully he does not roll a 6 and lose his turn and potentially get some more damage after
Does
that.
he have 3 gates?
He has 3 gates, the red gate, the green gate, and the black gate, so he will gain 3 health if he does not skip his turn and win the game.
This is insane. I literally can't believe
It
this.
only would happen in the grand finals.
It literally only would happen. That's insane.
Let's see what Stephen McDowell and Ethan have.
TJ, I agree with you. In this game, it is literally better to be lucky than good.
So Stephen is saying that he and Ethan could potentially do 12 damage in one turn to the Gatekeeper.
Look at Ethan right there.
In both turns.
Ethan is praying right now. He is praying to God, Yahweh. Jehovah Jireh is his
So
chant.
Stephen is now preparing himself for a very intense roll that has to happen in order for Jaden not to win the game.
I think I'm the only person in history to ever get destroyed.
Being twice. So Lucas was very unlucky, but he is still in the game.
Oh my gosh. If Jaden wins his game, he is for sure Rookie of the Year.
Yeah,
You
100%.
cannot,
And he
there's
already
no
had a
argument.
hype roll before this, so if that wasn't hype enough,
Yes.
he might potentially win the $50 bonus for the hype roll of the year.
I agree.
Jaden coming in with clutch rolls, not only to make it here, but also in the grand finals right now.
This is magical. This is
that
a
is-
magical moment that we just witnessed. Everybody.
It's not even beginner's luck at this moment.
It's really not. It is rookie's luck.
So we'll see what Steven has to offer. Right?
This roll does not count.
This roll does
All
not
right, it was
count.
a luck roll. Let's see what happens. It was a 3.
This roll counts.
A 4.
All right, so he rolled a 4.
8, which means you have to roll
Right now you need a 6, and if he rolls a 1, it's double gate damage.
All right, so what Ethan has to do right now is clutch up.
Okay, so
Right now.
what Ethan's trying to do right now is 1 on his tray roll so he can get double gate damage. If he gets that,
He takes the red gate and does the most damage he can from the red gate, which is the double gate damage.
3, he did
So
not
he
get
rolled
it.
a 3, did not get it. There's only one hope left, guys. And Jaden has to roll.
Ethan needs a 6 in order to break the record.
years for this.
Speech.
Oh, okay. Ethan has something to say.
5 years left.
Play my intro song.
Playing his intro song. Guys, if you did not know, he has to roll a 6. Has to.
Yep.
If he does, he's in a great position to win the
Do you
game.
want us to turn it up? Can you turn it up? Leave me.
Speech.
He just said Jaden's gonna be the highway to L. L as in loss. He needs a 6 in order to even battle.
What would his request be? Oh, he's just gonna roll. He's just gonna do it.
He's gonna go for it.
He's just gonna do it. Zoom in on the dice.
Dude, he is shaking that dice right now. He's shaking it.
Guys, 2-2. Oh no. All right, guys,
my
the game
God.
is not over though.
Okay.
Jaden has to roll a 6, and if he
all-
does so, he will lose his turn, and they have one rotation left.
There is always a chance. There's always a
If he does not, though, guys, Jaden will become the grand final winner.
Yes.
And he rolled a 2. He rolled 2. Jaden has a chance to kill anybody else on the board, but other than that, I believe it's game.
Jaden has the option to go around and kill people, but
But I don't think he's
I
going to
don't-
take the risk for it. He's not risking
Jaden's
anything.
calling his turn.
He's calling his turn, and guys, you have it.
that the
the
game?
Rookie of the Year.
Jaden Adcock has won the World Champion. Oh my God!
Gosh.
What a story!
What a crazy
What a
upset
story.
underdog the
Wow.
entire time. It's just congratulations.
Let's get him over here for an interview.
Congratulations.
Let's get him over here for an interview.
Jaden Adcock. Oh my God. Gabriel, do you want to come over? Or do you want me to take care of it? Wow, guys, what an upset. Underdog came in as 12th seed, has surpassed anything to do to get here at this moment, and now has won the season Gatekeeper Season 3 Grand Finals. Jaden, how do you feel, my man?
I don't even know how to feel.
He doesn't know how to, guys, he was the rookie. How
I-
do you feel coming as the underdog and probably like just the biggest upset ever? How do you feel about that?
I mean, I have one thing to say. I mean, Raw carried me through.
Raw. Guys,
Let's take a look at his stats real quick.
yeah, let's look at his stats throughout this entire season. So Jaden Adcock had a total points per game, 1.78. He came in here with a 28% chance win rate versus Lucas, I believe, was 50% chance win rate. He captured centered 0.28 center per game. Wow, straight rookie. I believe he has won Rookie of the Year with the not only winning, I believe, the 150 cash prize, but also as the hype roll of the year, which even was before this. Hype roll to win the game.
My first game, actually.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Describe how that felt to you.
I mean, when that first roll happened, I mean, that was kind of when I knew. I'm like, Gatekeeper is my nerd game.
Right.
Like that. Like this is it.
This Gatekeeper is a one-of-a-kind game for sure. And now that, how do you feel clutching up against Stephen McDowell, Ethan Miller, and Lucas Miller?
I beat basically the best three.
Yes, you have. And you also beat the #1 ranked Andrew McDowell of this season. So not only did he surpass the #1 rank to get here, he has beat I would say the top other 3 in this season. And with an amazing roll, as has to roll an 8 to kill the Gatekeeper, and he rolled that number, and he has won the game. Jaden, congratulations.
Thank you.
Enjoy your win today, and that was a phenomenal game that you played. All right.
All right, Mr. CEO.
Drinks on.
All right.
Would you like to close this out?
So we have Stephen McDowell coming to close us out for this grand final. Phenomenal day, phenomenal game. A bunch of upsets, a lot of wins, a lot of losses. Hey, but that is the risk of Gatekeeper, folks.
Dude, what the frick was that? He literally pulled off the 8. He pulled off a perfect 8 on Lucas,
Which only happened once before this.
It only has happened a couple times, like ever. So the fact that he did that was pretty crazy. I kind of was rooting for my man Ethan, but it just didn't happen. But anyway, so today, for making it to the grand finals, Ethan, Lucas. I'm not actually. Hold on, let me think. So can we add up some points here and see who's?
I had 1. I had.
So Lucas has gained 4 points
All right.
this season.
So our first prize today, Lucas is CEO of Gatekeeper Season 3. Highest ranking player, best stats by far. Give him a cam. Give him a cam.
Which camera?
Yeah, that camera.
Zoom in on him.
There you go.
All right. Go back to commentating. After him, the rest of our grand finalists, well, I'll mention them in a second. So next we'll have our Hype Award of the year. So our contenders for most hype roll of the year is, of course, Jaden Hancock's Dragon Roll. Adcock, sorry. Dragon Roll. Gabe's.
Look at it.
What'd you get? Gabe, was it a Magic 8 or was it a 12? It was a 12. It was a 12. Yeah.
It was a battle for a dragon.
It was a double damage 12.
Dr. Clutch.
Dr. Clutch.
So Gabe's double damage 12. And
Jaden's Dragon Ball.
Jaden's.
And today's move, I would say.
And today's move, I would say.
Yeah. So I guess we can't give him 2 of them though. I think the Dragon Roll is more hype than the.
I would say today was more.
I think today was.
As the upset.
Okay. Jaden's 8.
The atmosphere, I think.
Jaden's 8, and then finally Danny's 8. Back in.
Also against me.
Also against Lucas.
And I think that's. And then Josh's Dragon Roll. All right. Let's vote.
I did it, so that just shows how.
Who votes for the Dragon Roll? Jaden's Dragon Roll. Okay. Who votes for Jaden's 8?
Oh wait, I changed.
Okay. Who votes for Danny's 8? Who votes for Josh's DR Dragon Roll? Who votes? And who votes for? Does anyone vote for? You know what? Jaden, you won. Jaden wins most high player of the year award.
Congratulations, Jaden. Winner and the hype of the year.
And finally, our grand finalists. Jaden has won the grand finals today.
And Rookie of the Year.
Which means Jaden has won $170 today.
Wow.
So, Lucas has won $50 for being top ranked player in the year. And the rest of our players are all at, they all got $20. Thank you for being here, guys. And let me see.
Gatekeeper, hey, should we do the hymn?
Yeah. So before we do the hymn, though,
Let's do the hymn.
let me thank our sponsors real quick. So I'd like to thank our sponsors, Duneland Landscape, best landscaping in Northwest Indiana.
Let's go.
Hobart Assembly, growing church for growing families. Super Mario Innovations, Premier Contracting.
Let's get like everything.
Rising Star Taekwondo, a big thanks to them, our first sponsor. And if anyone needs martial arts lessons, go to Rising Star. Pawn King, Fast Cash for your stash. They speak geek. They have 4 stores in Northwest Indiana, so go sell some stuff. Galactic HitchHikers, which is a Facebook group some funny stuff on there. Sign up. Indiana Syndicate, Indiana's premier gaming organization for COD and Valorant. Catch their tournaments. And, of course, Dragon's Lair for giving us the venue to play in today. All right. Now, to close, let's do one final saying of the Gatekeeper hymnal.
So, number 3.
All right.
Oh, yeah. She moved for table 2.
All right, everybody. Is everybody? Gatekeeper, gatekeeper, spare me, O soul reaper. Whether destruction by fire, illusion of mind, restoration of heart, or death to life. Soul reaper, that's the risk of gatekeeper. All right. All right, that's all for today's stream. Any final words from anyone want to?
That was a great game, guys. Crazy game.
All right. Let's